Alright, so you've got your designs in Figma, and now you need a launch video to actually show people what you built. The problem is, turning those static frames into something that's actually animated and feels real is a complete pain. Either spend hours figuring out After Effects, good luck with that, or pay some freelancer who takes a week and probably requires 6 revisions. But check this out, I imported my Figma file into Hera, typed in what I wanted, and the AI created the whole video for me. It not only animated the frames I imported into Figma, but also created the intro and call to action for me in less than 5 minutes. Let me show you how you can also do this. First, let me show you the step-by-step process for a food ordering app, which looks like this. Plus, I'll show you something really cool, which can speed up the process even more if you have no ideas as to how your video should look like. Okay, so the first step, we need to set the duration. I'm going to set it to 20 seconds because I want it to be a bit longer. And I'm going to select the project with the food ordering app right here. Really nice. I grouped everything together, pressed Command G, and I pasted in this prompt. You'll have it in the link in the description, okay? And now the first result it gave us was quite nice, but it had a few glitches, few bugs. You can see that this is not rounded well correctly. The buttons are off. The whole app is kind of to the left. So I asked for it to make sure that the app is centered, okay? And then at the end, I asked for it to add a call to action, okay? And now it kind of did it, but I wanted a different call to action. That's the first thing. So I asked for the call to action to be way bigger at the end. It must match the Figma font, and the phone at the end must not be visible so that it completely slides up to the top, okay? So it slides up higher. And it must also show the app, and it must show that it's available on the App Store and the Google Play Store. So at the end, we have a sort of better call to action than just a download button. And I also asked for it to make sure that, it's actually centered because it didn't listen to me for the first time. So I just made sure to, address which objects are moved out too much to the right side and they're supposed to be more towards the left, okay? And it did genuinely center the icons. It fixed the burgers, okay? And I also asked for it to make sure that when zooming onto the burgers section, I made sure that it's genuinely zooming in onto that Zinger burger. So it needed to zoom in a bit higher, like 20% higher, so that we focus on the Zinger burger. Okay, I also asked for it to move the add to cart button 10 pixels to the right side because it still was off center, but you can see that the other objects are genuinely centered, so that's great. And at the end, I just made sure to export the video and download it in 60 FPS so that it's really smooth. And this is the final result. A while back, I made a video on my YouTube channel where I created a semi-decent Apple-style taskbar animation. It looked nice, but it wasn't an exact one-to-one replica. Plus, it took quite a bit of time. So let me show you how I solved that problem, and this method is literally 10 times faster. First of all, I set the duration to 10 seconds because I don't want it to be such a long animation. It's just 10 seconds is fine. I open up this Figma project with this Apple dock right here, and I paste in this Apple-style mouse cursor. I group everything together and I import it into Hera. Then you have the prompt in the video description, but I just asked for it to generate a smooth animation that will show first time the taskbar background expand, and then all the apps will have a simple, smooth slide up animation that will reveal each app one by one. And then every time the Apple mouse cursor hovers over an app, each logo of the app must scale up slightly, just like so. But this was not perfect for the first result it generated for us. So I made sure that the background is centered so that there's no black line in the bottom part of the screen. And I also made sure to center the taskbar, and I asked for it to also fix the icons so that the settings icon and the mail icon or whatever was supposed to be there, actually probably Safari, so that it's fixed. And now I asked for it, it did fix the background, but still the taskbar is not centered. The mouse cursor is nice, it moves nice, but the app logos are still pretty fucked. So what we need to do is I asked again to fix the Safari icon because it doesn't look good, doesn't look realistic. Same for the settings icon. And so what I did, I just decided to import those icons right here manually. So first the Safari icon, and I also went ahead and uploaded the settings and Premiere icon. And this is the final result, but not yet. Still, I made sure to remove that weird, blue icon, which does not serve any purpose. And I also asked for it to make the Safari and settings icon bigger. So it's 30% bigger because it genuinely does not align with the size of the other apps. It looks kind of weird, looks kind of odd. So I asked for it to remove the sixth icon and make the rest bigger. I think I asked for it to make the rest bigger in the last prompt. So make the settings and Safari icons bigger, 30% bigger, so that it matches the size of the other apps. And this was the final result it gave us. Now, let's say you have a SaaS application that provides data on dashboards. On TikTok, we actually showed you how simple dashboards are easy to create with Hera. But now you can replicate the look of your entire SaaS UI with just one click. Let me show you how that works in this context. Okay, so the first step, importing to Figma, open it up. And as always, I just selected the entire dashboard. I pasted in the prompt. You'll find it in the video description so that you have a couple of nice templates. And boom, this is the result it gave us. It was already quite impressive. However, for example, if you take a look at it, the countries were not selected on the map. The graph was nice, but the countries are not selected, so it kind of looks weird. And the next thing is that we also wanted to make it a bit smoother. The logos of the browsers are a bit off, so I asked for it to fix it. And plus, this outro could be a bit better, so I prompted it out so that we can fix the country so that they get selected on the map and the logos of the browsers get fixed. And overall, the video could be a bit quicker. And the end of that video with the logo, we can just apply a reveal sort of animation where the whole application slides up, and behind that application, we'll have the logo, which you can take a look at in a second. Take a look at this. We have the graph, we have the countries selected really nicely, and then the browsers, boom. And then at the end of the video, you will see a nice zoom out. This whole SaaS UI will slide down. This short explainer video for an app that lets you book a taxi whenever you need one. So we start off with selecting the duration to 30 seconds. We open up the project in Figma with the Hera plugin enabled. We group the elements that we want to incorporate in our animation, and the prompt is as always in the video description. And take a look at the final results. So we have the logo, ask for it to add the logo. We enter the Times Square. I asked for a zoom in specifically. Now there will be a line that will go semi along the way towards the destination. Okay, and then we also have a nice tick icon, and then we have travel effortlessly. Make sure to check out Hera via the top link in today's video description. I've also included attribution to all of the Figma projects I used today so that you can even try them yourself. Honestly, this is mind-blowing and will make motion design for digital products so much easier. Thank you for watching today's video, and make sure to check out the video in which I showed you how to create this NAN workflow, which lets you create ads for your product using Hera and Google VO completely on autopilot.